Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om Sahana Vavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om. Pranams to Pujya Mataji and all the dignitaries who are present over here. Indeed, it's our privilege to have Mataji and to hear her thoughts on Swamiji's concept on personality development. Yes, Swami Vivekananda is our perennial source of inspiration. Swamiji used to tell, my faith in younger generation, modern generation, out of them will come my workers. They will work the whole problem like lions. In this regard, in order to instill the values of service, renunciation, faith in oneself, and concept of human excellence based on the life and teachings of Swami Vivekananda, Mangalore University established Swami Vivekananda Study Center on the auspicious birthday of Swami Vivekananda, 159th birth anniversary of Swami Vivekananda, say on 12th of January 2021. Parama Pujya Swami Chitakamanandaji, the Adhyaksha of Ramakrishna Math, Mangaluru, and Pujya Swami Mahamedanandaji, editor of Vedanta Kesari, and in the presence of Honorable Vice Chancellor of Mangaluru University, Edapadithaya, and the Registrar and all the office bearers, this center got inaugurated. The center has an objective to facilitate the students at large to gain a clarity in thoughts, purity in emotions, efficiency in action, thereby awakening the self and contributing to society. To study and understand, practice and spread the teachings of Swami Vivekananda. This is also another objective of this center. The center has also an important objective, say, to undertake the publication of books, journals, periodicals, research paper, and digital contents. To organize study circle, youth circle, talks, workshops, seminars, conferences, and activities on Swami Vivekananda for all walks of life is also a very important objective of Swami Vivekananda Study Center of Mangalore University. In this regard, in order to keep Swami Vivekananda's thought awake in our university zone, Swami Vivekananda Study Center planned to organize a special lecture on the life and teachings of Swami Vivekananda titled Viveka Vani. So in Viveka Vani, we are organizing a series of talks on life and teachings of Swami Vivekananda through eminent personalities. Due to a COVID pandemic, we shifted this mode to online through Zoom platform, which benefiting hundreds of people. My dear friends, this series of talks is benefiting nearly 300 people with the limitation of our ID, with the people who are participating here. And on the other hand, we are also live streaming in YouTube. So in this regard, we are in the 13th lecture in the series by Pujya Mataji Divyanandaprana on personality development by Swami Vivekananda, on Swami Vivekananda's perspective. So on this occasion, I request Professor Shripati Kalluraya, is a convener of Swami Vivekananda Study Center of Mangalore University, to welcome all the dignitaries who are present over here. Over to Shripati Kalluraya, sir, please.
Thank you. Pranam Pujya Mataji, and good evening to all the participants in the 13th Viveka Vani lecture series program organized by the Vivekananda Study Center, Mangalore University. and Sri Ramakrishna Math, Mangalore. Today we are blessed to listen about personality development, Swami Vivekananda's perspective by Pujamataji Pravrajika Divyanandaprana, who is editor of English journal Samvit, published by Sri Sharada Math and Ramakrishna Sharada Mission, New Delhi. I am very blessed today to introduce Pravrajika Divyanandaprana. He is a monastic member of Sri Sharada Math and currently editor of English journal Samvit, published from New Delhi, and she has been the principal of Nivedita Vidya Mandir School from 2014 to 2019. A gold medalist, a topper, Pravrajika Divyanandaprana has unique combination of knowledge in the conventional science and in the traditional yogic and Vedic texts. Pujamataji has been lecturing all over India, mainly focusing in IITs, IIT Madras, IIT New Delhi, IIT Kharagpur, IIT Mumbai, IIT Kanpur, Indian Institute of Science, Bangalore, Delhi University, Vivekananda International Center, Ramakrishna Mission, Engineering and Medical Colleges in Mumbai, Pune, Kolkata, and sometimes even in schools. She offers courses on yoga, Vedanta every semester in IIT Delhi. The courses are available on YouTube at IIT official channel from New Delhi. So we are really blessed to listen about personality development of Vivekananda's perspective by Pujamataji. I welcome to from Mangalore University and also from on behalf of Ramakrishna Math Mangalore. Mataji, I extend a warm welcome to this lecture series program. A special welcome to the special invitee today we are having is Srimati Uma Prashant, IPS, Superintendent of Police, Anti-Corruption Bureau, Government of Karnataka. I extend a warm welcome to you, Madam. And I welcome all the participants in this lecture series program who all the time you make it on every month 12th evening at 6 o'clock to 7:15 to listen our Viveka Vani series lecture. So once again, I welcome all of you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for welcome note. I also recognize the presence of the students from Nittedi University and Besant Women's College, Mangalore, and Balmata Government First Grade College, the Women's College, and the students from different colleges of Mangalore University and the eminence of Mangalore. Mrs. Uma Prashant, Madam, will join soon. After Mataji's session, she is going to address the gathering. So my dear friends, personality development is the key to all progress and happiness. Swami Vivekananda said, men, these are wanted. Everything else will be ready. In other words, he wanted men with well-developed personality, full of all noble virtues such as sincerity, unselfishness, and purity of heart. So in this regard, my dear friends, today we are glad to hear 13th Viveka Vani lecture on personality development, Swami Vivekananda's perspective by Mataji Divyanandaprana. Mataji, over to you, please.
So will there be Q&A after this?
Yes, Mataji.
So how long the lecture will be?
Mataji, for 45 minutes of lecture, and Uma Prashant Madam for 10 minutes. And later on, we can go for a question and answer session by the delegates. The participants can drop a question in the chat section, and some of them will be allowed to ask directly.
Okay.
Thank you.
So namaste everyone, and Shripati ji, Ranjan ji, and all the dignitaries and also all the participants. I can see the number is rising. And I'm really happy because you know the amount of effort we are putting to bring these ideas into university education. And I am really delighted with this particular forum of Mangalore University. See, there is nothing like studying Vivekananda. You know, it's really like a fire moving through your veins. If you study him, I'm telling you, your brain will remain clear of all clutter, and your energy will be in full bloom, and the mind will be fresh and pure always. That is the power of Vivekananda. And even if we are exposed to a few ideas, especially see you are young people, I'm so glad that you feel so much for this, that you are all present at this lecture series. It is so very important at this age to develop an idealistic view of life, to develop these sanskars, a taste for these thoughts. And if you are studying Vivekananda originally, I will guarantee you a great life. I will guarantee you a really good life, because the orientation of your mind will be completely you can say. And to the extent this can be done. Ranjan, is it clear? I just got a message.
There was a little disturbance in
disruption.
the network. Now it is fine.
It is clear, no? Yes.
Yes.
So even a little bit of study of Vivekananda will give you that, it will put you above the mediocre, above the rest. Because this is the power of spirituality, your own real nature. That power is being brought out. And you will be successful anywhere. Because if you have a clear mind, that is the greatest thing for success. So I am working across so many institutions, not because, actually I went into it, but because so many institutions are asking for these thoughts. And in a completely scientific paradigm. You just heard a whole lot of IITs are interested in this. We are offering courses across these institutions. And the books for the courses are also now available on Amazon. You can go in for that if you want. Science of Happiness is a coursework which is available on Amazon. So the whole idea is to bring these thoughts into the mainstream academia so that youngsters like you can remain inspired by high thoughts, high literature, and don't give in to silly emotions, all kinds of things which today's media exposes you to, and don't drain away your energies. If at this age you develop this kind of an orientation, I think that will be the greatest blessing of your life. So today we are going to discuss personality development. And this is a very important topic for young people. See, this is the time when your personality is forming. And tomorrow, using this personality in this world, you will achieve a lot. But then you must have very clear ideas about who you are, what your personality is about. So here again, we will go into what Vivekananda says. See, in the general world outside, personality means this body-mind complex. This is all they understand by personality. This body and this mind together make my personality. But your own spiritual heritage, Vedant, will tell you, body and mind are your instruments. They are not just your you. They are instruments in your hands, as it were. You are the soul. You are the Atman functioning through a body-mind complex. So you must take care of the body and mind. Let them achieve full development. Let them achieve proper orientation towards the goals of your life. But you must always remember this like a background thought, that in my real nature, I am the immortal soul functioning through this body-mind complex. This, gives enormous strength in all kinds of situations in life. you may be still too young to understand this, but I'm telling you, whenever you are faced with delicate situations, problems, all kinds of anxiety, stress, and tomorrow in the workplace, so many challenges, you will see situations, any kind of situation you can handle if you know somewhere there is a deep stillness within you, a quietness, and you are actually functioning through this body mind complex from there. This is such a relief, such a boost for your energies. So, our model of personality development, the Vedantic model of personality development, is a little different from what is understood by personality in Western philosophies. It's not just body and mind. You are functioning through a body mind complex. You, the Atman, pure awareness, functioning through a body mind complex. So, this, even if it is at present just a background idea, it will strengthen you from within. It will give you great inner strength and a kind of moral capacity. You know very well that life is not just about satisfying the body and mind. This kind of an orientation naturally comes into your life due to your self-identity. So it may be an intellectual concept in our mind just now, but it is a concept about the truth. So it matters. And the first principle I would say of your personality development is goal orientation. Once you understand that human life is precious, you are a soul coming into this earth for a definite great achievement, and you will not simply give in to all sorts of emotions and rubbish, but you will have a great life in front of you. Then you will orient your body and mind naturally towards the great goals of your life. See, this lack of goal orientation is what drives young people astray. Even in these IITs, even the suicide rates are so high for this simple reason. Your concept of yourself is first of all not clear, and your goals are not clear. There are what are called temporary goals, and there is a permanent goal to your life. There is a short-term goal and there is a long-term goal. The long-term goal of any human life is always spiritual. If you don't recognize yourself as spirit, you will never become sensitive to this goal. But the short-term goals of your life are, as students, immediately it will be to get a good job, to earn well for your family, and then to establish yourself well in this world. Yes, these are all covetable goals of your life. So have this kind of a broad range view, a wide range angle vision, I would say, where you understand what are your immediate goals, short-term goals which will establish you well, you and your family in this world, and the long-term goal of complete fulfillment of human life, which turns out to be a spiritual goal. Not that we are inventing a spiritual goal. Human life attains fulfillment after its survival needs are met only in spirituality. And that is why that becomes the ultimate goal of life. So this is how in our scriptures, in our spiritual heritage, the human life has been described, that there are 4 goals: dharma, artha, kama, moksha. Moksha is always the ultimate goal. And dharma, artha, and kam are to be attained here through your education, through your goal orientation, through taking your body and mind into your hands, through being able to direct your thoughts towards your goals constantly. And if you keep your goals shining and like a lighthouse in front of you, naturally your energies will move towards that. It is only our ability not to conceive of the goal that makes us go into all kinds of paths in life. So goal orientation, that is why for young people it is a very important thing. Always, what in the next 5 years, what do I want to achieve? This is what I want to do. Even if your goal is to see, don't feel shy of wanting a goal like a 6-figure salary. For a young person, it is important because you are going to support families, you are going to have your own family tomorrow. It is important to earn money, and it is important for the nation. Then after that, but you should be able to conceive that after this what? And then your short-term and long-term goals will be clear to you. So this is the first thing I would say about goal orientation. I can go into some stories here, but I can see you are a group of very concentrated people. You don't require stories to illustrate points, isn't it? Make these few things clear in your mind that I will achieve my goal. I will achieve my goals in life. I will understand the sheer glory and the importance of this life. Remember, remember, human life is very, very precious. Every minute is precious in your life. So make sure you are always oriented towards what you want to achieve in life. If you are like this, your energies will remain in your hands. Otherwise, बहुत सारे ऐसे बच्चों को I see in IIT, they have entered into engineering streams, but they are wanting to get out of it because goal orientation is not there. So this is the first thing I will tell you about goal orientation. Complete mentally complete the picture of your immediate goals, short-term goals, and your long-term goal. इसी के लिए, for this reason only, you require Vivekananda. Okay, this is Mangalore University, so ನಾನು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾತಾಡಬಹುದು. I don't have to keep talking Hindi. So it is important to conceive of the goal. ನಿಮ್ ಶಾರ್ಟ್ ಟರ್ಮ್ ಗೋಲ್ಸ್, ಲಾಂಗ್ ಟರ್ಮ್ ಗೋಲ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ ಇರ್ಬೇಕು ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮನಸ್ಸಲ್ಲಿ. See, if you can do this, what is my short-term goal and what is my long-term goal, it will generate a lot of energy around that. Because you know, your thoughts produce your energy. Idu channagi tilkoli. It is your thoughts that are responsible for the vitality in your body. So what kind of thoughts are you thinking? That is why what your thoughts have made you. So take care of what you think. You are verily what your thoughts have made you. So take care of what you think. What you will repeatedly think, you will become that. You know, this is a law. This is the law of positive thinking. There is a small video on YouTube. It is called The Miracle of Positive Thinking. Please watch that video when you are free. Miracle of Positive Thinking. There I have given you the principles of positive thinking. Just through your thought process, you can attain anything you want in life. If you have given it sufficient thought, you have given it sufficient vitality, vital energy. So it will become a reality in your life. So the very first principle of positive thinking is what you will repeatedly think, you will become that. You will realize that. And it will become a goal which is with something else. Atara idre, then it is not possible to manufacture this. Then you can be sure you give it sufficient thought, it will become real. It will materialize in your life. It will become reality for you. You remember this story of Sri Ramakrishna? It is there in Kathamrit. Even Swami Vivekananda used to quote this story. See, there was a woodcutter who went to a forest, and there his job was to cut a lot of wood. In those days, you know, they did not have such meager green cover, so they would cut a lot of wood and bring it to their villages and sell. So he would every day go there and do that. One day he felt very tired and lay down under a tree. A huge tree was there. He lay down under the tree, and suddenly he started thinking, oh, this ground is so hard. I wish it was little soft. I could rest my back, it is aching. And then suddenly he saw a couch came up there, you know, soft bed. It just came up. So he thought, what miracle is this? Idi elinda bantu, heg bantu, and what do I do now? Then he thought, I just thought and this happened. If only there was some good food now around me. I'm so hungry and tired. And immediately, you know, a whole array of very good dishes and everything that he would want, that came automatically around him. Then he asked for drink, and so many types of juices and wines and all sorts of drinks got arranged around him. Then he thought, oh, if somebody pressed my aching legs, and a whole lot of servants came and started pressing his legs. Then he realized that, something miraculous is going on here. This is a very special place. He did not know he was sitting under a kalpavriksha. Kalpavriksha, it is the wish fulfilling tree. Whatever you sit under and think under that tree and you think, that will materialize. But then suddenly he thought, oh my God, whatever I think is coming true. What if a tiger comes here now? Then what will I do? It's a forest. And a tiger came there and pounced on him, and it seems it ate him up. Now this kalpavriksha tree under which he was sitting, Sri Ramakrishna says, that is your mind. That is your mind. Whatever you will think, it will materialize. Conscious thought process, that is the culmination of our cognitive development. If you have studied cognitive psychology, you will understand after eons and eons of evolution, today we have this tremendous cognitive capacity of the human brain that our thought can be so refined, so clear, so absolute, pointed, that you can achieve anything. It is like a weapon. You can achieve anything through that thought process. But if you waste that thought on this silly, stupid multimedia thing which constantly is falling on you, it is sheer waste of human energy, I am telling you. Lift yourself from that and bring conscious, noble thoughts into your minds, great goals into your minds day and night, and you will achieve them. It is the energy that you provide to them that materializes. That is why Vivekananda said, take care of what you think. Because you are verily what your thoughts have made you. So take care of what you think. What you repeatedly think, you will become. See, very important law. How much of conscious thought you provided to anything, that to that extent you will be successful in that thing. Even though in your studies, you apply this and see. Tomorrow in your workplace, you will see the same thing is true. In your relationships, you will see the same thing is true. In your family, the same thing is true. Where you have invested thought, there things start working. So conscious thought process, it requires orientation, it requires commitment, it requires training. Otherwise, somehow thinking, hazy thinking, not clear about anything, some stupid goal you run after because somebody told you, or you are not at all clear about the goals of your life. Don't waste your life like this. Vivekananda used to say, your life is in your hands. And through your thought process, you will create a great life for yourself. What you repeatedly think, you will verily become. That is why so important. You see, this Vivekananda study circle of Bangalore University, it is, I'm telling you, to really save the atmosphere of the university. For the simple reason, it is so important to direct your thoughts along right lines at this age. They are asking us to create such courses across universities in India now. Every day I am working with universities. And I regularly work with IIT Delhi and SSU in Cuttack. And there's another university coming up here, Rishihood. They also want these things. Like this, so many are asking for this. For this reason alone, human energy, especially this youthful energy, has to be directed in a particular way for productive, good work to happen, for your own life to become great and ennobled. And don't waste it. The kind of, today it's frightening, the kind of exposures you get. And there are also, there are in the US, there are internet de-addiction centers. So why go into such meaningless problems? Oh, nange yaro ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾತಾಡಿ ಅಂತ. ನಾನು ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾತಾಡಿದ್ರೆ, it is a university and many others have joined in. So ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ತೊಂದರೆ ಆಗ್ಬೋದು ಅಂತ ನಾನು ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಇಂಗ್ಲಿಷ್ ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಮಾತಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ. ಮಧ್ಯ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಕನ್ನಡ ತರ್ತೀನಿ. I hope that is all right.
Yes, fine, Mataji. Yes.
It is so very important to guide your thought process and repeated positive thinking. See, in this COVID pandemic, I hope you have not done the mistake. That's why we released that video of constantly brooding over something negative. If you can change the situation, go ahead and do it. If you can't, stop your negative thinking and learn to think positively. Now, Russia-Ukraine war is going on. Don't sit in your home and don't do all this. Can you change the situation? No, sitting in Bangalore, you can't change the situation. So better pray and think positive. Do something productive and positive and efficient. And don't dwell on negativity. Now, yeshtu negative thinking martivi, now you don't know, your life will move in that direction. Now, worry, anxiety, fear, all this will come naturally with negative thinking. So your life starts backsliding. After some time, you understand, you gave it power. See, your mind has this capacity. It will not judge between the quality of your thought. Wherever you invested energy, that will materialize. So even if you don't want something to happen, you gave it so much thought out of fear and worry, it can happen. So learn the art of positive thinking. Every day, affirmative meditations. There is a name for this. Every day, learn to think positively. How blessed I am in this life. I am receiving a good education. I have such a good family background. I have full support of my family. I am in full charge of my body-mind complex. I am blessed. If you learn to think like this, and then I can do anything and everything. All power is within me. Vivekananda says this so many times. All power is within you. You can do anything and everything. Because I function through this body-mind complex. I will achieve my goals in life. I will dedicate my life to higher causes and I will achieve them. There is no defeat for me. There are only lessons in life. There is no defeat. And I can do anything and everything because all power is within me. The very source of power is within me. These are called affirmative meditations. If you yeshtu martira, ashmatake nimge siddhi sigute. And morning, instead of brooding over why Russia is attacking Ukraine, you please do these affirmative meditations. By that, what will happen? Your own mind will develop towards your goals and you will be able to contribute positively to the society and to the world at large. If you don't condition yourself like this, the media will carry away your thought process every day. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಎಷ್ಟೋ ವರ್ಷ ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಯಾಕಾಯ್ತು ನಾನು ಈ ತರ ಯೋಚಿಸಲಿಲ್ಲ ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಯು ಡಿಡ್ ಇಟ್ ಥ್ರೂ ವರಿ ಅಂಡ್ ಫಿಯರ್ ನಿಮ್ಗದು ಬೇಕಾಗಿಲ್ಲ ಯು ಡಿಂಟ್ ವಾಂಟ್ ದಟ್ ಗೋಲ್ ಬಟ್ ಇಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾಪನ್ ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಯು ಇನ್ವೆಸ್ಟೆಡ್ ವೈಟಲ್ ಎನರ್ಜಿ ಅನ್ಕಾನ್ಶಿಯಸ್ಲಿ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆಯಾ ಈ ಲಾ ಎಷ್ಟು ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಅಂತ ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ ವೈ ಅಗೇನ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಅಗೇನ್ ಐ ಆಮ್ ಇನ್ಸಿಸ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ವಾಟ್ ಯು ರಿಪೀಟೆಡ್ಲಿ ಥಿಂಕ್ ಯು ವಿಲ್ ಅಚೀವ್ ಯು ವಿಲ್ ಬಿಕಮ್ ದಟ್ ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಕೊರೋಲರೀಸ್ ಇದೆ ಈ ಲಾಗೆ ಹೇಗೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ what you repeatedly feel. Feeling also is thought with emotion. It's called feeling. So what you repeatedly feel, that you will experience. Idu nodidira nim jeevanalle nodi. What you repeatedly feel, in some form you will keep experiencing that, and in a big way you will experience it. The more you start feeling those same emotions, the more that experience becomes real to you because your consciousness got focused on that. So your feeling and thought process, and feeling is also a thought only. Thought with emotion is called feeling. This should be consciously directed. This should be consciously directed. There are questions coming in, but let us take that up later. Now just focus on these principles of positive thinking. See, your thought and feeling, if they are consciously directed, you will achieve your goals. And every day you will refresh yourself, renew yourself. Otherwise, that same brooding, that same negativity, it will build up like stress, then frustration, then depression. This is the sequence. So idu ನೀವು completely avoid ಮಾಡಬಹುದು just by following these principles of positive thinking. What I think repeatedly, I will become. What I feel repeatedly, I will experience in my life. So my thought and my feeling, I have to be very careful. Most important and powerful weapons are not those war machines, not those bombs. They are your thought process. Idu ನೀವು train ಮಾಡದೇ ಇದ್ರೆ, you can be sure you will lead a very mediocre life. If you consciously train these things, just follow these principles through training, affirmative meditation ನಾನು ಹೇಳ್ದಂಗೆ ಅದ್ ಮಾಡಿ throughout the day, maintain that positive mindset. You will see in a week's time, you will become a real powerful personality who can achieve anything in life just through your thought process. ಯಾವಾಗ್ಲೂ ನಾನದು ಮಾಡಬಹುದು, ಅದು ಸಾಧ್ಯ ನನ್ಗೆ ಆ ತರಾನೇ ಯೋಚನೆ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು. ಇಲ್ಲ ನಂಗೆ ಮಾಡಕ್ ಆಗತ್ತೋ ಇಲ್ವೋ ನೋಡೋಣ, ಟ್ರೈ ಮಾಡಿ ನೋಡೋಣ. ಡೋಂಟ್ ಯೂಸ್ ದಟ್ ಕೈಂಡ್ ಆಫ್ ಲ್ಯಾಂಗ್ವೇಜ್. Don't do it. As a young person, you don't know the glory of youth. You can do anything and everything now. Just put your entire thought mechanism into that, and you will see this is it perfectly. Any goal of your life, whether you are on the way to become a doctor, teacher, scientist, yenadru madi, but adu perfect, do it perfectly and contribute greatly to society through that. This will enrich your life. Vivekananda expected this from you, isn't it? Nodi modle Ranjan ji adu helidare, my hope is in the next young generation. Swamiji helta idru, out of that them will come my workers, my lions, he would say. So complete dedication to your duty, whatever you take up, and this goal orientation, seeing the big picture, handling body mind complex and thought process especially in a mature conscious manner, this will ensure your success anywhere. It is more powerful than anything in your hands. It is the actual weapon in your hands to change your life. Remember this, your thoughts, your life will follow your thoughts, and your thoughts do not follow your life. ಸುಮ್ನೆ unconsciously ಹೇಗೋ ಲೈಫ್ ಲೀಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೋಗೋದು, ಏನೋ ಒಂದು ಚಿಂತೆ ಮಾಡೋದು. If you do like that, there's no meaning to that kind of thinking. Your life will follow your thought. This is the equation. So first is the ability to think clearly, powerfully, committedly, with your entire vitality in your hands again and again. That is why never leave this Vivekananda literature. Chik pustagalive, small books on personality development, mind control. Idella itkoli nim maneyalli. Whenever you feel a little down, you feel distracted, you take up one and read one powerful nugget of wisdom. Idu ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರೆ, this positive thinking will become part of your life. Third principle of positive thinking is what you repeatedly imagine that you will create. You know, idu ನೋಡಿ, ಇದು ಸರಿನಾ ಇಲ್ವಾ ನಮ್ಮ ಲೈಫ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ, has it worked or not? What you have repeatedly imagined, that you will actually create. So your imagination, don't waste it on all sorts of things. Let your imagination be towards your goals. You should dream big. You know, Dr. Abdul Kalam, he used to say, a small aim is a crime. You dream big for yourself and your country. And value-based youth force is the game changer in any country. And with a spiritual heritage like you have, what values do you lack? I'm asking you. With personalities like Vivekananda behind you, what do you lack? So you must not fail in this. Always think big, aim high, and remember these principles of positive thinking. Any situation in your life, you will overcome and move towards what is better and better through these principles of positive thinking. So what did I tell you? What you repeatedly think, you will become. What you repeatedly feel, you will experience. You will learn to manifest that because you start experiencing it in your life. It will become real to you. And what you repeatedly imagine, that you will create. See how simple it is. It only means you must take charge of your thought process. Conscious thought is the key to great achievement. That is why Vivekananda said, have faith in yourself. Your mind can work magic for you. If you have faith in all the gods, we have so many gods, no? You have faith in all of them, but you are not sure about yourself. ನಾನು ಏನು ಮಾಡಕ್ ಆಗಲ್ಲ, ದೇವರೇ ಎಲ್ಲ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಆ ತರ ಒಂದು ಫಿಲಾಸಫಿ ನೀವು ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡ್ಬಿಟ್ರೆ, really I am telling you, you won't even have true worship of God. First, you should become somebody to be able to worship God, isn't it? The very principle of worship is Devam Bhutva Devam Yajet. You become godly to worship God. So first bring this faith into yourself. I can do anything and everything because I am the soul, I am the Atman, I am a spark of divinity functioning through this body-mind complex. And if I have my thought process in my hands, by understanding these principles of thinking, then you can achieve anything in life. Never doubt this. ನೀವು ಮಾಡಿ ನೋಡಿ ನಿಮ್ಗೆನೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗುತ್ತೆ. Only thing is, nobody points this out. See, this is essential part of education. You must remember. Don't think one special course ಹಾಕ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಇದು ಯಾರು ಬೇಕೋ ತಗೋತಾರೆ. No. Whether you are engineering students, medical students, or management, business, ಏನಾದ್ರೂ, whatever you are studying, you must know these principles because they are life changers, life-changing principles. And it is your mind. Please remember, don't make it a dustbin. Keep it clear, keep it pure, and bring this positive thinking into it. Today, you have all kinds of exposures. Adike, this kind of understanding the present scenario. This is what I would say on personality development, that it is not something that you must believe. It is a fact that you are meant to achieve great things. And all that is required for that is your mind should function in a particular way. Mind not functioning properly towards your goals is what is called disaster. There are no disasters outside. War is not the ultimate disaster, you should remember, but your mind and your intelligence turning against yourself is the ultimate disaster. So for your intelligence to function like that, you must train it. Every day, affirmative meditations, practice them. Vivekananda literature, if you take up constantly, Swamiji has spoken about this, isn't it? One kade Swamiji helidare, you see how beautiful the words are. He says, call upon the sleeping soul and see how it awakens. Power will come, glory will come, goodness will come, purity will come. All that is excellent will come once the soul is aroused to self-conscious activity. Which means when a Atmabal, now and then the inner soul has awakened to the sheer glory of human life, you will become more and more conscious from within. So you are able to direct your thought process very well, and you will get all of this power, glory, goodness, everything will come into your life naturally. So awaken this soul power. Your concept of yourself should be see, this is unique Indian model of personality development, you should remember. Because if you go to the West, then you will understand this. Ali persona itself means a mask. Greek actors used to function through masks. Those days, when the stage used to be there, they had to, now if that actor is a king, he has to function like king. So he wears mask of king and he speaks. So king is speaking. Then he has to become, queen has to speak. So he puts down that mask and puts queen's mask. Now queen is speaking. Atara avaru acting ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರು in those times. So that mask was called persona. This body-mind complex, that is also a mask you are wearing. Don't think you are only wearing that COVID mask. This body-mind itself is like a mask. To whom? To you, the soul. You are wearing this mask, you are functioning through it. See, your mind has so many identities. Have you seen this? Today, as students, it is so much more will build up. Today, the identity is restricted to, well, family background and whatever you are achieving just now. Tomorrow, it will be so huge. This qualification, that qualification, these degrees, that award, that in your CEOs of this company. So such huge identities you will have. But you should know they are all masks. ಇವಾಗ ಮಾಸ್ಕ್ ಕೆಳಗಡೆ ಇಡೋ ಕೆಪಾಸಿಟಿ ಇರಬೇಕು, so that you are originally yourself, isn't it? A COVID mask, if it sticks to your face, how it will be? Atarane, if you are not able to put down your identities and just be who you are, pure awareness, pure being, the soul, then you will mess up with so many things. See, you may be boss in your workplace, but in your home, can you be boss? Somebody else is boss there. Isn't it? So you can't wear the same mask in all places. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಅದನ್ನ ತೆಗೆದು ಕೆಳಗಡೆ ಇಡೋ ಕೆಪಾಸಿಟಿ ಇರಬೇಕು. So your identities, remember, are always variables, changeables, but your being, the core of your personality, the Atman, that is an invariable. It is always the same. You are the immortal soul of the nature of pure awareness, which is immutable, which does not change, which is without even attributes. It is pure luminosity, pure consciousness. This is your real nature. It is the source of all power, all vitality, all strength. So, other jate nim connection itre, you will remain stable in life. Otherwise, constantly, somebody said something, somebody thought something about me, or the workplace got banged. All that doesn't matter. Inner stability only comes when you are rooted. Idu Bhagavad Gita eshtu sati bandide idu. That you must be rooted in the self. Ide avaru helta irodu. And you must have a deeply conscious mind, well-directed thought process. Ishtu idre, your success is ensured whatever you take up. See, the method is very simple. ಇವಾಗ ನಾವು ಎಷ್ಟು ಅಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ಅದರ ಮೇಲೆ it will everything depends on that. The values which Vivekananda has given us, purity, then dutifulness, shraddha, respect, and ability to give service mindedness, seva bhav, all these values will naturally enter your lives if you learn to live like this. When your sense of self-identity is clear, when your mind is deeply conscious, not stupidly identified with this and that, deeply conscious from within, you will become the home of values. Naturally, in sattvic orientation, banbidutte life alli. So youth is the time when you should not miss this great opportunity. You will really live well. A conscious life is an intelligent life. It is a life worth living. This is the time you should be sparkling with intelligence and not stupidly conditioned with some silly thought process which is carrying you somewhere. So, uddhared atmana atmanam. Raise yourself by yourself. Youth means like that. So totally goal oriented. See, some people I have seen like this. In today's universities also, they are there. Absolutely focused. One-pointed. Atara, maintain yourself for a few years. You know about how your life will change. For this practical tip I will give you, very important to keep association with good company and Vivekananda literature. Company matters a lot. After the age of 15, 16, your friends matter more than your family for you. Their opinions matter more, I mean. So take care of the company you keep and what you are exposed to. The literature you read, sense intake from the multimedia, all this will affect your thought process. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಚಾಂದೋಗ್ಯ ಉಪನಿಷದಲ್ಲಿ ಇದೆ, ಆಹಾರ ಶುದ್ಧೋ ಸತ್ವ ಶುದ್ಧಿ. ಯಾವ ತರ ಆಹಾರ ತಗೋತಿರೋ ಆ ತರ ನಿಮ್ ಸತ್ವ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಆಹಾರ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಬರೀ ಊಟ ಮಾಡೋದಲ್ಲ. ಎನಿಥಿಂಗ್ ಯು ಟೇಕ್ ಥ್ರೂ ಯೋರ್ ಸೆನ್ಸಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಆಹಾರ. What you see is ahar, because it is going in and nourishing your mind or debilitating your mind. So whether you are having nutritious food or junk food, ಯಾವ ತರ ಆಹಾರ ತಗೋತಾ ಇದ್ದೀರಾ ಅದ್ರ ಮೇಲೆ ಒಂದು ಚೆಕ್ ಇಡಿ. And if you take only sattvic ahar from all your senses, the mind will remain sattvic. These simple principles of good living, we are not able to put into practice because the lack is in the educational process. This should be part of mainstream education, adake, how to handle your mind and the principles of thought. But we conveniently ignore this to our own. That's why we are moving like this, you see, towards war, towards collision, towards all kinds of problems. You must achieve this in youth and your life is made. I'm telling you, it will be a wonderful experience of life if your mind starts functioning like this. So keep in touch with practical tips, keep in touch with Vivekananda literature and remain in good company. Every day some form of yoga and self-affirmation meditations and good exposures. YouTube ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇವಾಗ ಎಷ್ಟು ಒಳ್ಳೊಳ್ಳೆ lectures ಇದೆ, ಅಂಥದ್ದನ್ನ ನೀವು ಫೋಕಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ that will become part of your mind. And deliberately keeping away from all this tamasic things that can overpower your mind. See, life is always a struggle. You will be successful depending on what you choose in life. So choose right. Once you get taste for these things, you will naturally it will become your part and parcel. This is the way to personality development. So I think time is up. I will stop here, and whenever the questions will be, I will just be here. Okay.
Thank you so much, Mataji. I never expected that ನೀವು ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾತಾಡ್ತೀರಾ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ. ಖುಷಿ ಆಯ್ತು ತುಂಬಾ. ಮತ್ತೊಮ್ಮೆ ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲೇ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಕ್ಲೂಸಿವ್ ಆಗಿ ಒಂದು ಸೆಷನ್ ಅನ್ನ ಆರ್ಗನೈಸ್ ಮಾಡೋ ಹಾಗಾಗ್ಲಿ ನಮ್ಮ ವಿಶ್ವವಿದ್ಯಾಲಯದ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳಿಗೆ. ಮತ್ತೆ
ಅಲ್ಲ, ನನ್ಗೆ ಅಷ್ಟು ಅಭ್ಯಾಸ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ವರ್ಷ ಆಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದೆ ಇವಾಗ ನನ್ನ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ.
ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಅವಕಾಶ ನಮ್ಮ ಕನ್ನಡನ ಮತ್ತೆ ಸ್ಪ್ರೆಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ತಮ್ಮ ಮುಖಾಂತರ. ಸೊ ತುಂಬಾ ಜನ ಆಸಕ್ತಿ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ಮಾತಾಜಿ. Mataji, in your lecture you highlighted the body and mind concept, where you also highlighted the short term and the long term goals, where you also said the 4 kind of goals one should have: dharma, artha, kama and moksha. You also said the goal oriented life should be there. And you very much impressing that, as Swamiji quoted, talk to yourself every day, and positive thinking, where your exclusive speech is available on YouTube. And you also said that awake yourself, as Swamiji said, sleeping soul is roused into self-conscious activity. And where it is a very unique Indian concept of personality development, where compared with a Western, the personas concept itself is different. And at last you beautifully articulated and you said, Mataji, where keep in touch with Swami Vivekananda, keep in touch with positivity, and keep in touch and be with a routine of our disciplined life, so that we can develop our overall personality. Meanwhile, you also highlighted the Amazon, where we can see signs of happiness and books we can refer, and miracle of positive thinking. And of course, Samvit magazine we can also subscribe that Samvit magazine. So Mataji, I'll come back to you again. Among with us, our special invitee of the day, Ma'am Uma Prashant, Madam. Madam, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, Madam, very much. Can you please turn on the cam, Madam? Yes. Okay. Yes. I'll just add you, ma'am. Yes, Mataji, and namaste to Madam. Namaste to you.
Namaste.
Madam ಅವರು ಕನ್ನಡಿಗರು, ಮೂಲತಃ ಮೈಸೂರಿನವರು. She is basic. The students are across from 5 different universities, so I'll just switch to English and introduce Madam. And Madam is basically from Mysore. She completed Karnataka State Police Service in 2010, and after that she served as a Deputy Commissioner of Police in our city, Mangaluru city, and where we came in touch where ma'am used to come to our ashram and she used to address the young gathering. Later on, ma'am is transferred to Bangalore. Now she's a superintendent of police of Anti-Corruption Bureau, Government of Karnataka. Recently, she got promoted to IPS, Indian Police Service. So congratulations, madam, on behalf of all the gathering over here. So, madam, we are very happy that it's such a coincidence that we never expected Mataji and madam in the same panel. On the occasion of Women's Day also, recently we celebrated Women's Day. We coincidentally, the most of the attendees, delegates are women and the mothers. So it's a meaningful program, we can say. Madam, Uma Prashant, madam, welcome to you. And ವಿಶ್ವವಿದ್ಯಾಲಯದ ಪರವಾಗಿ ಮತ್ತು ಸರ್ವರ ಪರವಾಗಿ ತಮಗೆ ಪ್ರೀತಿಪೂರ್ವಕ ಸ್ವಾಗತ. So I request you to address the gathering.
Thank you. First of all, ನನಗೆ ಇವತ್ತು ನಿಮ್ಮ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮಕ್ಕೆ ಕರೆದಿದ್ದು ತುಂಬಾ ಖುಷಿ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ನನ್ನ ಅಸೋಸಿಯೇಷನ್ ವಿತ್ ರಾಮಕೃಷ್ಣ ಮಠ since from my 8th standard when I was there in high school. ಮೈಸೂರಲ್ಲಿ ಇದ್ದಾಗಿಂದ I started we had a competition in ರಾಮರಕ್ಷಾ ಸ್ತೋತ್ರ ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ. So with that I came to know. After that we could read many books and Viveka Prabha and magazines, all such things. And again after that ನಾನು ಮಂಗಳೂರಿಗೆ ಬಂದಾದ್ಮೇಲೆ ರಾಮಕೃಷ್ಣ ಮಠಕ್ಕೆ ಯಾವ್ದೋ ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಮಿಗೆ ಕರೆದಿದ್ರು. ಸೇಮ್ ಸಮ್ ಲೇಡೀಸ್ ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಮ್, ವುಮೆನ್ ಗರ್ಲ್ಸ್ ಶಾರದಾ ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಇತ್ತು. Just to have a talk ಕರೆದಿದ್ರು. After that my association with Swamiji is very much, and I'm very happy to say that they are very actively involved in all this, promoting the youth into how in the city, to making the city very clean, and all their efforts are very environmental friendly and making the youth very capable and giving them more leadership qualities. Why I just wanted to tell these things is like he is trying to implement what Vivekananda has said. This is also all about personality development. Before starting my speech, whatever it may be, I just would like to quote here Vivekananda's quote. He has said, Vivekananda ji, the world itself is a great gymnasium where we have come to make ourselves very stronger. So, and at the same time, he tells our great reason is believing in yourself and believing in your nature. He never spoke about any other this or that. So personality is all about believing in yourself, and void personality shows wherever we are, like how you are. Because many of the times what I would like to say, what is not the same, like insisting why it is like we are not aware of what we are doing. Even it is scientifically proven, if I'm not wrong, more than 95% of our thoughts is unconscious. So if you at least do our things very consciously for 5 days, 5 minutes, and you check it, we will come to know how our thought process is. So that's what they were Mataji even insisting, and I also insist that we should let it be the students or whomsoever, for the adults personal life and as well as for our professional life. ದಿನನಿತ್ಯ ನಾವು ಮೆಡಿಟೇಷನ್ ಒಂದು 5 ನಿಮಿಷನಾದ್ರೂ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಅದ್ರ ಎಫೆಕ್ಟ್ ಎಂಟೈರ್ಲಿ no one can tell. You should experience it, I can say. ಎಷ್ಟು ಸಲ ನಾವು ಮೆಡಿಟೇಷನ್ ಹಾಗೆ ಹೀಗೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ, ಅದನ್ನ ನಾವು ಅನುಭವ ಮಾಡಿ ನೋಡಿದಾಗ ಮಾತ್ರ. ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ನಾನಿವಾಗ ನಾನೇ ಸ್ವತಃ ಐ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಬೀನ್ ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಟಿಸಿಂಗ್ ಇಟ್ ಸಿನ್ಸ್ ಮೇ ಬಿ 10 years ಇಂದ, ಮೇ ನಾಟ್ ಟು a greater extent, but last year I went to Jaipur for Vipassana course. But really I say I have got a huge benefits out of it. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ನಾ ಇಲ್ಲಿರೋರ್ಗೆ ಎಲ್ಲ, ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಯೂತ್ಸ್ ಇದೀರಾ, ವಿವೇಕಾನಂದ ಎಲ್ರಿಗೂ ನೆನ್ಸ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋದು ವಿವೇಕಾನಂದಜಿ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಅವ್ರದ್ದು ಜನ್ಮದಿನವನ್ನೇ ನಾವು ಯೂತ್ಸ್ ಡೇ ಆಗಿ ಸೆಲೆಬ್ರೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಹಿಸ್ ಕಾಂಟ್ರಿಬ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಫಾರ್ ದ process and nation building is immensible, and wherein he stresses the capacity of the youth and the youth power. So that's why all ನೀವು ಇವತ್ತಿನ ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಅವರಿಗೋಸ್ಕರನೇ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇರೋದು ಕೂಡ. ಇಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಗಾಟ್ ಮೋರ್ ರಿಲೆವೆನ್ಸ್. ಅಂಡ್ ಅವರಿಗೆ ಪರ್ಸನಾಲಿಟಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು, ನಾವು ಪರ್ಸನಾಲಿಟಿ ಡೆವಲಪ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನೇನನ್ನ ನೋಡ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಇಷ್ಟೊತ್ತವರೆಗೆ ಮಾತಾಜಿ ಅವರು ಹೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಐ ವಿಲ್ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ರೀಇನ್ಫೋರ್ಸ್ ದ ಸೇಮ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ಸ್, ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಈಗಾಗ್ಲೇ ಹೇಳ್ದಂಗೆ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಮೋರ್ ದೆನ್ ದಟ್ ಐ ಆಲ್ವೇಸ್ ಸ್ಪಿರಿಚುಯಾಲಿಟಿ ಐ ಆಲ್ವೇಸ್ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಗೆಟಿಂಗ್ ಟು ನೋ ದೇವ್ರಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು, ಹಾಗೆ ಅಲ್ಲ. ಇಟ್ಸ್ ನಮ್ಮನ್ನ ನಾವು ತಿಳ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋದು, ಗೆಟಿಂಗ್ ಟು ನೋ ವಾಟ್ ಯು ಆರ್. So everyone should know like what is happening inside you, because it's reflecting very much from outside. ಏನ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗೋದು ನಿಮ್ ಒಳಗೆ ಏನಂತ ಹೇಳಿ. ಸೊ ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಹೇಳ್ದಂಗೆ ನಮ್ ಪಾಸಿಟಿವ್ ಥಿಂಕಿಂಗ್ ಆಗ್ಲಿ, ನಮ್ ಕ್ಯಾರೆಕ್ಟರ್, ನಮ್ ಬಿಹೇವಿಯರ್, ನಾವ್ ಹೆಂಗೆ ಪರ್ಸನಾಲಿಟಿ ಡೆವಲಪ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ತೀವಿ, ಇಟ್ ಶೋಸ್ ಯುವರ್ ಪರ್ಸನಲ್ ಲೈಫ್ ಮತ್ತೆ ಪ್ರೊಫೆಷನಲ್ ಲೈಫ್ ನ ಬ್ಯಾಲೆನ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ಕೆ ಆದ್ರೆ ಕೂಡ. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಬ್ರು ನಾವ್ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವೋ ಲೆಟ್ ಅಸ್ ಡೂ ಇಟ್ ವಿತ್ ಮೋರ್ ಅವೇರ್ನೆಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಕಾನ್ಶಿಯಸ್ನೆಸ್. ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ವಾಟ್ ಮೋರ್ ರಿಕ್ವೈರ್ಡ್. ಆತರ ನಾವು ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ನಾವು ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, ನಮ್ ಸೆಲ್ಫ್, ನಮ್ಮ ಸುತ್ತ ಇರುವಂತಹ ಬೇರೆ ಬೀಯಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ಗಳು ಕೂಡ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಅವೇರ್ ಇರ್ತದೆ. ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಏನಾಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆಯಾ, ನಾನ್ ಮಾಡೋ ಆಕ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ಇಂದ ಬೇರೆಯವ್ರಿಗೆ ತೊಂದರೆ ಆಗ್ತದಾ ಏನು, ಹಾಗೆ ಒಂದು ಥಿಂಕಿಂಗ್ ಪ್ರಾಸೆಸ್ ಬರ್ತದೆ. ಸೊ ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ನಮ್ ಥಾಟ್ ಪ್ರಾಸೆಸ್ ವಿಲ್ ಆಲ್ವೇಸ್ ಬಿ ಕಾನ್ಶಿಯಸ್. ಲೆಟ್ ಅಸ್ ಬಿ ಅವೇರ್. ಹಾಗೆ ವಿವೇಕಾನಂದ ಅವರು ಹೇಳ್ತಾರಲ್ಲ, ಅವೇರ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಸ್ಟಾಪ್ ನಾಟ್ ಅಂಟಿಲ್ ಯು ರೀಚ್ ಯುವರ್ ಗೋಲ್ ಅಂತ. ಅದು ಗೋಲ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ದೊಡ್ಡದೇ ಆಗ್ಬೇಕಂತಿಲ್ಲ, ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಒಂದು ಸಣ್ಣ ಗೋಲ್ ನ ಅಚೀವ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರೆ ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಅದು ಹೇಗೆ, ಹೌ ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಅಚೀವ್ ದ ಬಿಗ್ಗರ್ ಗೋಲ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗ್ತದೆ. ಸೊ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಆಲ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ಹೌ ವಿ ರೀಇನ್ಫೋರ್ಸ್ ಅವರ್ ಸೆಲ್ಫ್ಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಅವರ್ ಹ್ಯಾಬಿಟ್ಸ್. ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ವೆರಿ ಮಚ್ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಫಾರ್ ಆಲ್ ದ ಯೂತ್ಸ್. ಯು ನೋ, ದೀಸ್ ಡೇಸ್ ವಿ ಆರ್ ಮೋರ್ ಇನ್ ಟು ಗ್ಯಾಡ್ಜೆಟ್ಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ ದೀಸ್ ಅದರ್ ಟೆಕ್ನಾಲಜಿ. ಹಾಗೆ ಮಾತಾಜಿ ಅವರು ಹೇಳಿದ್ರಿಂದ ಲೆಟ್ ಅಸ್ ಗೋ ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ ಟು ಅವರ್ ಲಿಟ್ರೇಚರ್, ಲೆಟ್ ಅಸ್ ಗೋ ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ ಟು ಅವರ್ ಗುಡ್ ಸ್ಕ್ರಿಪ್ಚರ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ದೇರ್, ವೆರಿ ಗುಡ್ ಬುಕ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ದೇರ್. ಪರ್ಸನಾಲಿಟಿ ವಿತ್ ಮೋರ್ ಆಲ್ ವಿವೇಕಾನಂದ ವರ್ಕ್ಸ್ ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಬೀನ್ ಸೀನ್. ಯು ಮಸ್ಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್, ಯಾರಾದ್ರೂ ಇದುವರೆಗೂ ನೀವು ವಿವೇಕಾನಂದ ಅವ್ರದ್ದು ಬಯೋಗ್ರಫಿ ಅಥವಾ ಆಟೋ ಓದಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಪ್ಲೀಸ್ ಟ್ರೈ ಟು ನೋ ಅಬೌಟ್ ಇಟ್. ಇಟ್ಸ್ ರಿಯಲಿ ಸಮಥಿಂಗ್ ಯು ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಮಿಸ್ಸಿಂಗ್ ಅಂತ ಅನ್ಸ್ತದೆ ನಂಗೆ ಲೈಫ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ. ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಅವರು ಎಷ್ಟು ಜನದ ಮೇಲೆ ಪ್ರಪಂಚದಲ್ಲಿ ಅವರು ಇನ್ಫ್ಲೂಯೆನ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಐ ಕಾಂಟ್ ಟೆಲ್. ಸೊ ಇಫ್ ಎನಿ ಆಫ್ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ನಾಟ್ ರೆಡ್ ಇಟ್, ಪ್ಲೀಸ್ ಟುಡೇ ಓನ್ಲಿ ಯು ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಗೋ. ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಆಡಿಯೋ ವರ್ಷನ್ ಸಿಗ್ತದೆ, ವಿಡಿಯೋ ವರ್ಷನ್ ಸಿಗ್ತದೆ. ಬುಕ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಓದಿದ್ರೆ ನಿಮ್ದೇ ಸ್ವತಃ ಅನುಭವ ಸಿಗ್ತದೆ ಅವರು ಮಾಡಿದ್ದು. ಸೊ ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಂದು ನಾವು ಅವ್ರ ಜೀವನ ಚರಿತ್ರೆಯನ್ನ ವಿವರಿಸ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೇನೆ ಕೂಡ ಅವ್ರ ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಂದರನ್ನು ಅವ್ರ ಜೀವನದಲ್ಲಿ ಅವ್ರು ಪಟ್ಟಂತಹ ಕಷ್ಟಗಳು, ಅಟ್ ದ ಸೇಮ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಅವ್ರು ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂಸ್ ಜೊತೆ ಅವರು ಸಮಾಜಕ್ಕಾಗಿ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು, ಅದನ್ನ ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು, ಯುವಕರು ನೇಷನ್ ಬಿಲ್ಡಿಂಗ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಹೋಗ್ಬೋದು, ಅಟ್ ದ ಸೇಮ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಬೇರೆ ದೇಶಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋದಾಗ್ಲೂ ಕೂಡ ಹೌ ವಿ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಬಿ ಪ್ರೌಡ್ ಆಫ್ ಅವರ್ ಕಲ್ಚರ್. ಯಾರಾದ್ರೂ ನಮ್ ಕಲ್ಚರ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಹಿಂಗೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಯಾಕೆ ಆ ಕಲ್ಚರ್ ನ ನಾವು ಫಾಲೋ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ವಿ ಅಂತ ವಿತ್ ಲಾಜಿಕಲ್ ರೀಸನ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಸೈಂಟಿಫಿಕ್ ರೀಸನ್ ಹಿ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಪ್ರೂವ್ಡ್ ಇಟ್. ಅಟ್ ದ ಸೇಮ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಅವ್ರ ವುಮೆನ್ಸ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಇದ್ದಿದ್ ರೆಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗ್ಲಿ, ಅವ್ರ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಅವ್ರದ್ದು ಫೇಮಸ್ ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ ಅಕ್ಕ ಅಂತಾನೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿದ್ದವ್ರಿಗೆಲ್ಲ ಸಿಸ್ಟರ್ಸ್ ಬ್ರದರ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ US ಹೋದಾಗ ಎಷ್ಟ್ ಫೇಮಸ್ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ. ಅದನ್ನ ಅಷ್ಟು ರೆಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟ್ಫುಲಿ ಯೂಸ್ ಟು ಕಾಲ್ ಎಲ್ರಿಗೂ ಕೂಡ. ಅವ್ರ ಸ್ಪೀಚಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಅಷ್ಟು ಫೇಮಸ್ ಇದೆ. ಎಷ್ಟೊಂದು ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿದ್ದಂಗೆ ರಂಜನ್ಗೂ ಗೊತ್ತು, ಎಷ್ಟು ಬುಕ್ಸ್ ರಿಲೇಟೆಡ್ ಟು ಸ್ಪೀಚಸ್ ಇದೆ, ಅವ್ರು ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಕೊಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರು ಅಂತ. ಆತರ ಇಂಟೆಲೆಕ್ಚುಯಲ್ ಸ್ಕಾಲರ್ಸ್ ಅವರು ಕೂಡ ಅವ್ರ ಸ್ಪೀಚಸ್ ನ ಅಷ್ಟು ಮಟ್ಟಿಗೆ ಕೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರು. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಲೆಟ್ ಅಸ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಅಡಾಪ್ಟ್ ಹಿಸ್. ಅಂಟಿಲ್ ಅನ್ಲೆಸ್ ನಾವು ಇದನ್ನ ಕೇಳೋಕ್ಕಿಂತ ನನ್ಗೇನ್ ಅನ್ಸುತ್ತೆ, ಇಷ್ಟೊಂದು ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ಈಗ ರಾಮಕೃಷ್ಣ ಮಠದ ಕಡೆಯಿಂದ, ಮತ್ತೆ ಈಗ ಶಾರದಾ ಮಾತಾಜಿ ಅವ್ರ ಕಡೆಯಿಂದ. ಇಷ್ಟ್ರ ಮಟ್ಟಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವು ಯೂತ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ, ಎಸ್ಪೆಷಲಿ ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಯೂತ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ದ ನೇಷನ್ ಬಿಲ್ಡಿಂಗ್, ದೇ ಆರ್ ದ ಫ್ಯೂಚರ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಸಿಟಿಸನ್, ದೇ ಆರ್ ದ ಫ್ಯೂಚರ್ ಸಿಟಿಸನ್ಸ್, ದೇ ಆರ್ ವೆರಿ ಮಚ್ ರಿಕ್ವೈರ್ ಫಾರ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಹೋಲ್ ನೇಷನ್. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಅವರಲ್ಲಿ ಈ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂಸ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ನಾವು ಒಂದ್ 100 ವಿಷಯ ಹೇಳಿದಾಗ ಬೇಕಿದ್ರೆ ನೀವು ಒಂದ್ 5% ಅಷ್ಟೇ ತಗೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಅಟ್ ಲೀಸ್ಟ್ ಯು ಟ್ರೈ ಟು ಇಂಪ್ಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ ದಟ್ 5%. ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ವಾಟ್ ವೆರಿ ಮಚ್ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಅಂತ ನನ್ಗೆ ಅನ್ಸುತ್ತೆ. ಅದನ್ನ 5% ನ ಇಂಪ್ಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ನೋಡಿ, ಅದರಿಂದ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ವಾಟ್ ಆಲ್ ದ ಕಾನ್ಸಿಕ್ವೆನ್ಸಸ್ ಯು ಆರ್ ಫೇಸಿಂಗ್ ಯು ವಿಲ್ ಕಮ್ ಟು ನೋ. ಅಂಡ್ ಮೋರ್ ದೆನ್ ದಟ್, ನಮ್ಗೆ ಅದರಿಂದ ಎಷ್ಟು ಬೆನಿಫಿಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಕೂಡ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ಈಗ ಸ್ವಾಮೀಜಿಗೆ ಮಾತಾಜಿ ಅವ್ರು ಹೇಳಿದಂಗೆ ಪಾಸಿಟಿವ್ ಥಿಂಕಿಂಗ್, ಸೆಲ್ಫ್ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್, ಪರ್ಸನಲ್ ಸೆಲ್ಫ್ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್, ಪಾಸಿಟಿವ್ ಥಿಂಕಿಂಗ್ ಆಗ್ಲಿ, ಮೆಡಿಟೇಷನ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಹೇಳೋದಾಗ್ಲಿ, ಮತ್ತೆ ನಮ್ ಕಂಡಕ್ಟರ್ ಬಿಹೇವಿಯರ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಹೇಗಿರ್ಬೇಕು, ಮತ್ತೆ ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಅವರ್ ಲೈಫ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಸಮಥಿಂಗ್ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ವಿ ಆರ್ ಮೇಕಿಂಗ್ ಇಟ್ ಕಾಂಪ್ಲಿಕೇಟೆಡ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಿದ್ದೀನಿ ಅನ್ಕೊಳ್ತೀನಿ. ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಎಷ್ಟೊಂದ್ ಜನ ನಾವ್ ಸುತ್ತ ಏನಾಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಳಕ್ಕೂ ಹೋಗಲ್ಲ. ಅದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಂಡು ಎಲ್ಲರ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಹೋದ್ರೆ ಲೈಫ್ ಈಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಫಾರ್ ಮೈ ಸೆಲ್ಫ್. ಐ ಆಲ್ವೇಸ್ ಸೇ ಲೈಫ್ ಶುಡ್ ಬಿ ಲಿವ್ಡ್ ಇನ್ ಸಚ್ ಎ ವೇ ದಟ್ ಇಟ್ ಶುಡ್ ಬಿ ಫೆಲ್ಟ್. ಮತ್ತೆ ಸುತ್ತ ಇದ್ದವ್ರನ್ನು ನಮ್ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ತಗೊಂಡು ಹೋಗೋದೇ ಜೀವನ ಅಂತ ನಂಗೆ ಅನ್ಸುತ್ತೆ. ಅಟ್ ದ ಸೇಮ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಲೀಡರ್ಶಿಪ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರು. ಸೊ ಯೂತ್ಸ್ಗೆ ಲೀಡರ್ಶಿಪ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಯು ಶುಡ್ ನೋ ಹೌ ಹಿ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ go with his personal life as well as professional life. ಎರಡನ್ನು ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಬ್ಯಾಲೆನ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು. ಅಂಡ್ ಅಟ್ ದ ಸೇಮ್ ಟೈಮ್ ವಿವೇಕಾನಂದ ಅವರು ಯಾವಾಗ್ಲೂ ಇನ್ಸಿಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಿದ್ದು ಸೆಲ್ಫ್ಲೆಸ್ ಸರ್ವಿಸ್ ಟು ದ ನೇಷನ್. ನನಗೆ ದೇಶ ಎಷ್ಟು ಕೊಡ್ತು ಅನ್ನೋಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಜಾಸ್ತಿಯಾಗಿ ವಾಟ್ ಐ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಡನ್ ಟು ದ ನೇಷನ್ ಬಿಲ್ಡಿಂಗ್, ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ವೆರಿ ಮಚ್ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ದೀಸ್ ಡೇಸ್. ಅಂಡ್ he has always had got lot of respect for the environment. That is where change the others. ನಾನ್ ಬೇರೆಯವ್ರಿಗೆ ಹಿಂಗಾಗ್ಬೇಕು, ನೀನ್ ಹಂಗಾಗ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳೋಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಮುಂಚೆಯಾಗಿ ಲೆಟ್ ಮೀ ಫಾಲೋ ದಟ್ ಚೇಂಜ್. ಅಂಡ್ ನನ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಅದೊಂದು ಸಣ್ಣ ಬದಲಾವಣೆ ಆದ್ರೆ ಅದರಿಂದ ಎಫೆಕ್ಟೇ ತುಂಬಾ. ನೀವು ನೋಡಿರ್ಬೋದು ರಾಮಕೃಷ್ಣ ಮಠದಲ್ಲಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಮಂಗಳೂರಲ್ಲಿ ತುಂಬಾ ಓಕೆ ಅಲ್ಲ, ನಾನ್ ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ತುಂಬಾ ಮಾತಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ, ನೀವು ಹೇಳಿದ್ರಿ ಅಂತಾನೆ ಐ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟೆಡ್ ರಘು. ಸೊ ಕಸ ವಿಲೇವಾರಿ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಆಗ್ಲಿ, segregation related they have done so much. Because I just wanted to tell one thing from this. Even Modi ji has implemented the Swachh Bharat Andolan and all such things. See, it has to, we are like have to make some laws to tell that we should clean our surroundings and make our surroundings very clean. It is not same with our house, no. So that is where like individual and collective responsibility towards the society from each and every individual is very important. That is what important for the society also. So through this what I mean to say is, let us all have this consciousness collected towards the society, all very much importance for nation building. And at the same time, what all today Mataji said and what all the views and virtues Vivekananda has said about personality development, he has said. So let us implement at least few of that, as I've already said. Education, we know education itself is empowerment. So through that, let it be for the women and as well as the men. Until unless we are more educated and aware, we will not be able to make much changes in the society. So our education, in which way we are using and for what constructive purpose we are using is very important. So that we should always keep in mind. So with this, I would like to see what discussion. Let us be more interactive rather than like one-sided, so that we can listen to their doubts and what all they have. I hope all of them have some goals. Being the youths, they should have some minimum goals in their life. Let it be their personally agli hige irbeku, may not be very big ge irbekanta illa. ಅವ್ರು ಹೇಳ್ದಂಗೆ let us be positive and let us have something in your mind. ನಾವ್ ಇದಾಗ್ಬೇಕು ಆ ಕಡೆಗೆ ಥಿಂಕ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರೆ ಅದ್ ಖಂಡಿತ ಆಗೇ ಆಗ್ತೀವಿ. ಅದ್ ಬಿಟ್ಟು ನಂಗೆ ಅದಾಗತ್ತಾ, ನಾನ್ ಹಿಂಗೆ ಅಂತ ಅಲ್ಲ. ಎಷ್ಟೊಂದ್ ಜನ ನೀವು ಏನೇನ್ ಅನ್ಕೊಂಡಿದೀರಾ, ಎಷ್ಟೆಷ್ಟೆಲ್ಲ ಅಚೀವ್ ಮಾಡಿದವ್ರೆಲ್ಲಾರು ಮೇಲಿಂದಾನೆ ಆತರ ಆಗ್ಲಿ ಅಥವಾ ಅವ್ರ ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ ಗ್ರೌಂಡ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ದೊಡ್ಡದಿದ್ದವ್ರೆ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಆ ತರ ಇದ್ದವರೆಲ್ಲ ಅಚೀವ್ ಮಾಡೋದು ಕಡಿಮೆನೆ ಇರ್ತದೆ. So those who have got so many problems, they have also from a very minimal background, from village background also, they have achieved a lot. That means I mean to say that you all need to have some determination and dedication in your life. If you can go, you can really go ahead. And on this day, I wish all of you a very good luck in your life. Thank you for giving me an opportunity to explain my views on this day. Thank you.
Thank you so much, madam. It's indeed a privilege that you spoke very well. Mataji, please, can you please add something?
So we will start questions, no? Question
Yes,
answers.
yes, Mataji. Yes, Mataji. Sure, sure. I thank.
No, I want to say one thing, that
Yes.
I am so proud of Uma Prashant Rane ji, and very happy to be sharing panel with the IPS officer. And you
No,
have
I
made
am
all of
also
us
very
proud,
happy
madam.
No, madam. I'm also very happy to share because I am into it. Even when 8th standard, I was telling I was going to Ramakrishna Ashram and all. I was reading few books and also. So when I just Ranjan that day, he told me about you. I was very happy to hear. In fact, though I am very busy today, I thought no, I will join even if it's for some time. I may not be so effective speaker like you, like Mataji. I may be able to say whatever I said.
Yes, yes, yes. Thank you so much, madam, for your insights,
Thank
and
you.
your work speaks a lot. And we wish you a greater success, and we see you making our state and the country proud. Thank you so much for being with us, madam. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, madam. Thank you. Let us move towards a question and answer session now with Pujya Mataji. It is indeed we have a wonderful questions with us, but I'll go later on. Now with us, hand raised by, I certainly now recognize the presence of Professor Kishori Nayak and other quite a lot professors is with us. They are all online, that Professor Mohan Shinge and Professor Dashrath Arulappa sir, Manoj Louis sir, and Professor P. Paul Aquinas sir, and Dr. Sumana Kamath, and Vijay Kumari madam, and many more. Now I just go to Professor Manoj Louis sir. He raised his hand, and sir, please unmute yourself and speak.
Yeah, thank you, Ranjan sir. I hope I am audible.
Yes, sir. Very much.
Thank you, Umaji, for the lovely presentation, and Mataji for lovely thoughts on positive thinking. Mataji, I have one basic question for you. When we say personal and professional life, at my personal level, I'm very happy, very satisfied with what I'm doing and what I am, and the kind of help, at my level that I can give to anyone who comes in contact with me. At my professional front, there is one academic goal that I've left incomplete purposefully. Is it okay if I tell myself, let that remain incomplete? Because we understand, needs are limited, wants are unlimited. Now, when we say that, when I'm very sure that this is one academic goal that is missing in my life, do I allow that to remain incomplete so that, I am satisfied that this is the only thing that it is incomplete with me right now? Your take on this, Mataji.
Yes, there are many people who do this, but you kept it incomplete so that it always sort of allures you towards moving around those lines. Something which will keep you directed in a particular way. Nodi modlela, they used to do this even with tirthas,
Yeah.
They would keep Kedar unfinished so that even in the evening of your life, you will be meditating on Kedar. Because you haven't been there. So like this, you can keep one goal like that in your life. But if it becomes a pressing thing with you that in my life, I want this particular goal achieved, then you go ahead and finish it. But otherwise, it is good to keep one goal like this.
Okay. Thank
Yes.
you, Mataji.
Yes, Ranjan?
Ranjanji?
Now let us move towards the other young attendee, Achal Venkatesh. So can you please unmute yourself and please ask question to Mataji?
Yes, sir. Namaskaram, Mataji. I'm just a bit nervous, sorry. So Mataji, I have heard from many of your lectures, and in many books that brahmacharya is important for us youth. But the recommendation in many books is to avoid contact from the opposite gender. But eh, I am an engineering student, and it's since the opposite gender is with us, I cannot avoid contact with them, and we have group projects in which we should involve other genders also. So it's difficult to not mingle with them, and at the same time I have to follow this, and I see why they say to avoid contact from them, because it is affecting me too. So what should I do? I'm confused, Mataji.
So usually what is recommended in this kind of situation is you develop a very respectful, definite attitude towards the group you are working with. See, this was part and parcel of our culture in the past, isn't it? We used to address how we used to address girls. Yaha north maybe even north kade kuda as behenji only they would address, or as sister or mother, something age wise like that, so that what your emotions get a definite orientation towards that person. It's a way of purifying yourself. Now we have serially removed all these delicate and very refined aspects of our culture, and we are bringing in general words like madam or what emotion does that invoke? Tell me. Huh? How will it purify you? The whole point is, you see, Indian culture was uh, given to you in order to effectively be able to lead a life which is towards the highest, an elevated life, elevated thinking. So all these cultural values were mandatory. Now we are mixing up all sorts of cultures and we are diluting our own value system. So that is why then all sorts of problems arise. You do not know to where your emotions can take you. It can raise you to a god, or it can make you an animal. Now it depends on how you refine them and purify them, that you can uh, move forward, upward in your life. So for that, it is important to take care of all these things. If you develop a very respectful attitude towards your co-workers, you can overcome this problem. This is what we tell to all youngsters. Develop that kind of an attitude where you are a no-nonsense person and always respectful. Then that problem will not occur. This is important for young people, definitely.
Being respectful is the solution. Mataji.
Yes, being respectful, having a relationship which is very respectable. Like if you look upon them as your sisters, instead of just friends, that makes a big difference in your emotional level, isn't it?
Yes.
तो इसी को भाव samshuddhi कहते हैं. See, this is called you are verily what your bhav is. In fact, by removing these elements from our normal culture, we are gradually converting our youth force into a kind of it will function on very superficial levels. If you don't have these elements in culture, you must understand this. If you don't develop this capacity to look upon people respectfully, finding divinity in the other person is a far cry. But at least this much, that you see something beyond the mere body and mind, and you are respectful towards that. You have a respectful relationship with that person. That itself will take you very far in life.
Yes. Yes. Thank you, Mataji. Achal, hope it satisfied you, and you can go back to our YouTube channel and listen again further. Now we have with Kavya. Can you please unmute yourself and ask question to Mataji? Kavya. Yes.
Namaste, Mataji. Myself, Kavya. I have a question that I'm writing my NEET exam. I have completed my 12th. I have took long term to complete this. But others are criticizing me that you couldn't achieve it. How to overcome them? and they are criticizing me that even you couldn't achieve it. You are mostly not involved in studies. They are saying me like that, but I'm doing my hard work.
Okay. So you see, that is where principles of positive thinking, no matter who says what and how critical people are or pulling you back, whatever, if you circulate in your mind, this is my goal, I will achieve it, I have all that is required to achieve it, I will remain goal oriented, I am like that by nature, I am going to crack this exam and achieve this goal in life. If you keep circulating this in your head, nothing will affect you, I'm telling you. These kind of challenges come in every step in life. Don't get disappointed and don't move back or don't feel that, oh, I don't have enough support. Your mind is the greatest support you can have. So learn to think positively always, no matter who says what. If you are doing the right thing, and as you told me, you are working hard for the exams, then don't bother about irrational criticism, meaningless criticism.
Thank you, Mataji. Now we have Dr. Mohan Shinge. He's from a Department of Social Work from Mangalore University. Sir, please unmute yourself and speak.
Namaste, Mataji. Namaste, Ranjanji. The question is the term personality, concept of personality, as I feel, is a dichotomous. In the Western, actually, persona, Latin word in the bandudu personification another. But Indian context, the term personality, Vyaktitva another, it is more related to the inherent quality that what we had beginning, andre ಹುಟ್ಟಿನಿಂದ ಬಂದಿರತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಕ್ವಾಲಿಟೀಸ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಎಂಫಸೈಸ್ ಮಾಡುವ ಒಂದು ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್. whereas Western concept of personality is what we added to that inherent quality, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಹೆಚ್ಚು ಫೋಕಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತದೆ. ಹಾಗಿದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಪರ್ಸನಾಲಿಟಿ ಡೆವಲಪ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಇನ್ಹರೆಂಟ್ ಕ್ವಾಲಿಟೀಸ್ ಡೆವಲಪ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಅಥವಾ ದಿ ಲೇಟರ್ ಸ್ಟೇಜ್ ಆಫ್ ಡೆವಲಪ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಪರ್ಸನಾಲಿಟಿ ಆಡೆಡ್ ಅಂತ ಏನ್ ಹೇಳಿದೆ, ಇನ್ಹರೆಂಟ್ ಕ್ವಾಲಿಟೀಸ್ಗೆ ಆಡ್ ಆಗ್ತದಲ್ಲ, ಇನ್ ಅದರ್ ವೇಸ್ ದಿ ಕ್ಯಾರೆಕ್ಟರಿಸ್ಟಿಕ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಅ ಪರ್ಸನ್, ಆ ಸೆನ್ಸ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ಪರ್ಸನಾಲಿಟಿ ಡೆವಲಪ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಕನ್ಫ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಮಾತಾಜಿ. ಹಾಗೆ ಅದನ್ನ ಕ್ಲಾರಿಫೈ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ.
Yes, ನೀವು ಹೇಳಿದ ಸರಿನೇ. ಆಕ್ಚುಲಿ ಇನ್ ದ ಇಂಡಿಯನ್ ಮಾಡೆಲ್ ಆಫ್ ಪರ್ಸನಾಲಿಟಿ ಡೆವಲಪ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ನೋಡಿ, ನಾವು ಹೀಗೆ ನೋಡ್ತೀವಿ ಕಿ ಎವ್ರಿ ಪರ್ಸನ್ ಇಸ್ ಬಾರ್ನ್ ವಿತ್ ಸರ್ಟನ್ ಸಂಸ್ಕಾರ್ಸ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ಹಿಸ್ ಪಾಸ್ಟ್ ವಿಚ್ ಹಿ ಕ್ಯಾರೀಸ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ಹಿಸ್ ಪಾಸ್ಟ್. ಸೊ ಆ ಹುಟ್ಟಿದ ಗುಣ ಅದು ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಆಲ್ವೇಸ್ ದೇರ್ ವಿತ್ ದಟ್ ಪರ್ಸನ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಹಿಸ್ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿತ್ವ ಇಸ್ ಬಿಲ್ಟ್ ಆನ್ ದ್ಯಾಟ್. ಸೊ ಸಂಸ್ಕಾರ್ಸ್ ನೋಡಿ, ಸಂಸ್ಕಾರ ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ, ಅದು you can add, you can give at any time in a person's life. So the Western model of personality development is what you have cultivated or developed later on in your life. All that is also part of your personality. Ad bitbitu now ishtun mel focus marana, that see what is instilled into the child in the first 7 years is very crucial, very, very crucial for personality development. He can be born with any kind of samskaras. It can be iವಾಗ ನೋಡಿ, ದುರ್ಯೋಧನ್ ಮತ್ತೆ ಇದು ಯುಧಿಷ್ಠಿರ, brothers brought up in the same family and blood relationship ಇತ್ತು, ಆದ್ರೆ what contrasting characters they were. And sanskars, if they are deliberately, consciously inculcated in early childhood, it is possible to change that personality for the better. But if that is not done, then huttid sanskars adar jotene he has to go along. So such a person can become very negative, bitter, critical, idella agatte in life. But if we take care of those first 7 years, iವಾಗ child development alli the entire focus is on that. You know, developmental psychology, we have our own Indian model for that. And I am working extensively on that. Yakendre child psychology is very important ivaga. And developmental psychology alli, if those first 7 years deliberately you are the learning behaviors are and the exposures for the child through which that learning behavior comes, if these are regulated, it is highly possible for us to change that personality forever. So because this possibility is there, we must focus on this as far as possible. And that way you can change personality throughout life. But first 7 years, most effectively you can do it. Deep-rooted sanskaras can be created. And adu ಆಮೇಲೆ ಆಗೋದು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಕಷ್ಟನೇ, especially teenage years ಅಲ್ಲಿ, to give the same sanskaras and the same values, it is very difficult. So in the first few years, this can be done. But this is completely sort of missing in the Western model. Because they believe that what you add on, ivaga ididiyalla, neuroplasticity, that concept, all the more it is affecting this thought, because they say the brain is neuroplastic. Anytime you can change the structure and function of the brain. That is not the point. See, that way you can make changes any time. But to inculcate very deep-rooted samskaras, what we call samskaras are deep-rooted impressions, almost unchangeable, and which actually create your value system. For that, the best period is 1 to 7 years. And for that is why the role of mother and teacher becomes paramount. The primary school teacher, first is mother, father, and primary school teacher. This is paramount, their role in a child's life. Adu kodta idre, aa sanskara kodta idre, the personality will be totally different beyond that age.
Yes. Thank you, Mataji. Thank you, sir, for that question. Mataji, we have a time. Can we take 2-3 more questions?
Yes.
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 So we have with us Kunal Shah. So can you please unmute yourself and you are from, and please jump to a question directly. Yeah.
Namaste, Mataji.
Namaste.
Can you hear me properly?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. First of all, after 2 years, I am with interaction with you. So I start my question with one prayer, which you usually tell to us. Om Vasatoma Sadgamaya Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya Mrityorma Amrutam Gamaya. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Yes, Mother. My question is that I want to be a volunteer to a educational institute for a girl child empowerment at Rajkot. I'm from Gujarat. Now it's my goal that one institute to be started at Rajkot, whose fundamental values are run by Ramakrishna Mission. So I am not finding the way. I have one thought in my mind, but I am not getting the right map how to initiate for this one. So can you guide for this?
I would request you to get in touch with Rajkot Ramakrishna Math, Nikhileshwaranji Maharaj.
For that, Mataji, I have tried a number of times, but due to some restriction, I cannot approach to them. So I don't have any another idea because I have heard his name and I have tried to approach him. But due to some restriction at ashram, I cannot go over there directly approach to them. So number of I cannot tell because during my dreams even it comes that I am is the volunteer to this such institution. So will my goal reach to them, and such kind of institution will be initiated at my place?
See, for you to set up any institution of this kind, it is a very good idea, girls empowerment. It is the thing required for our country. If you want to set up such an organization, you require a whole lot of, first of all, you require a team. You require organized effort. You require infrastructure.
Yes.
And outreach.
Yes.
So for all this to happen,
Yes.
you must create it step by step, isn't it?
Okay.
That is why I said get in touch with organizations which are aligning with your goals. And
Yes, yes.
yes, create associations like that. Then create your team and see how much you can invest into such a thing.
Okay,
Step by step, you have to build
definitely.
it. That's all. But if you
Definitely.
are very, very keen and
Okay.
very, very dedicated, you know, things will work. I told you, your thought process itself will create the thing for you. Have you
Yes.
heard the name of
I
Vinayak
believe in such
Lohani?
vibrations. Vinayak Lohani, yes. He is
Yes.
belong to Kolkata.
Yes. See what a
Yes.
institution he has created. What a great work he is doing. IIT IM alumnus. And only
Okay.
by his dedication, his complete one-pointed dedication to the teachings of Vivekananda, and the inner spirit has awakened, as it were. So much of service he is rendering to society. That class which everybody ignores, he is trying to pull that class up through education. So
Yes.
like this,
Yes.
I very much want a number of such Vinayak Lohanis should be there in the country. And if
Yes,
you have that
definitely.
willpower and one pointed attention to that, if you can pay, it is possible. You
Okay.
should at least
Yes.
get in touch with
Definitely.
him and learn
Yes.
from him. Yes.
For that, as you suggest, I have even contact to him via call, as well as I have mailed to them also. But there was some another person who has replied me for that. I cannot approach to him directly. So I am finding a person who can guide me. For that, I am right now interaction with you.
Yes, see, you also his website has come up here in the chat box, parivar.org. You write to them and they will
Okay.
put you in touch with him. He's very busy that
Definitely.
way. So, yes.
Yes. I can understand, man.
Yes.
Yes,
Thank
yes,
you. Thank you, Kunal Shah. Thank you so much. Next, we have Mataji, we have one question in the chat section. It's quite interesting. Sushma, she's saying that the session is very interesting and I'm very happy. Mataji, does God exist, or is God the universe within us? True nature of God is what is within us. If so, will it means named gods or universe or the good habits itself or God? So, yes,
So very important question.
very
Is God
important
there?
question. Yes, Mataji.
So let me give you a straight answer. See, God exists. You please read the life of Sri Ramakrishna. God exists in his Nirgun aspects, he exists in his Sagun aspect, he exists as Nirakar, he exists as Sakar, he exists. He will come to you as you want him. So just because he came to you in one way, you can't say the other ways he does not exist. And he exists right within you as your soul, your Atma, Atman. So never doubt this, because the greatest personalities of this world who have created revolutions without wars, they have realized this, what we call Paramatma, the absolute truth of God. They have realized it in their own lives. And if you dive deep into yourself, you yourself will realize it. So until that happens, learn to believe. At least seeing the life of Sri Ramakrishna, this deep conviction about the reality of God should come into our lives. It is not an imaginary idea to overcome our problems, but to know this firsthand in the first person, a lot of discipline and sadhana is required. So believe and understand that God is the very substratum of our being, is the very nature of existence itself. Knowing it like this, you must empower yourself with this knowledge that he exists within me itself as my soul, my true being, as pure consciousness. And that is why your own personality should get divinized by this. Don't think you are just another, some people have defined human race in so many ways, even as social animals. No. You are all harbingers of divinity. So awaken this power within you, the divine power within you, and you will achieve whatever you want to achieve. Never doubt the existence of God.
Yes, thank you, Mataji. We have Yashaswini. She's from the member of Nivedita Balaga of Ashram. So, Yashaswini, can you please unmute yourself and ask the question?
Namaste, Mataji. My question is how to overcome existing bad practices which is harmful to the personality, and how to make the great ideas as a part of our daily life easily.
Yes. See, this is the point. Very good question. How do we overcome our bad tendencies, the bad sanskaras in us? So you see, when you keep, now suppose you want to clean an ink bottle. What do? You throw out the ink and keep pouring in good water. First, you will get only gray, light blue water like that. After a long time, you will start getting pure water, what you pour. Your personality also is like that. First of all, you stop or try to remove from your mind through sadhana, through yoga, any kind of negative, this shadripus, all this, try to keep them out of your mind. And keep pouring in good water. Keep pouring in Vivekananda literature, Bhagavad Gita, Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna. Keep taking in all this, and you will see your mind will go on changing. And one day only good water will come out of you. You have become such a pure personality. So you can change mind and the persona completely through sadhana. You can change yourself completely. Don't ever think, oh, nan hige irodu, nan change madak agalla. We are born like this. You know, today's neuroscience, all sorts of explanations are there. It is genetic. It is you can't change it. It's not like that. You can change anything. You must give that much of vitality, vital energy to it, and it will change. That's why I said your thought process. Please use it like a weapon. It is the weapon in your hand, you know, the thunderbolt in your hand. How you use your thoughts. Nan madak agate, nan martini anta helidre, you definitely hogi martira. Illa agatto ilvo gottilla, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ತಕ್ಕಂತೆ ಸಿಚುವೇಶನ್ ಇರಬೇಕು. ಆ ತರ ನೀವು ಯೋಚನೆ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಅದು ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ. Your thought process will determine everything in your life. So please condition yourself in positive thought process and you will become great achievers. Swamiji ide helta iddiddu.
Yes. Thank you, Mataji. We have with us Jagadishwaran. So can you please unmute yourself, Jagadishwaran, and speak with Mataji? Yeah.
Namaskar, Mataji.
Namaste.
Myself Jagadishwaran from Tamil Nadu. Basically, I'm a CS student. Daily I must to watch so many classes and I have to study for self-study also. What I experience is, if I constantly study for 5 minutes, unawareingly my thoughts are jumping around. Suddenly I came to awareness, the times also went. How can I get into track into a fully concentrated studies, Mataji? And also that is where I am lacking, I think so a lot. I gave this right foundation first level. I took 2 attempts to clear that. Next time to inter level. It's also skipping attempts. What I am is lacking studies also. How can I get into track? What I should add in routine my life and what I should avoid in my routine?
Yes. Yes, this is the common question for students. How to build concentration and what should I do and what should I avoid for that? See, let me go to the most practical part. What you should do. First of all, you should regulate life, which means a routine kind of life. Definite times you are sleeping, definite times you are getting up, and morning a little yoga practice or something to still your system so as to awaken your vital energy completely. And definite periods of study, some period of taking exercise, walk, whatever. Like this, if you have a routine life, you conserve a lot of energy. This is first thing. Second thing is remove distractions from your life. You are young. There are the pockets of distractions in your life where you are wasting energy. and the company you are trying to keep. All this becomes, that is why it becomes important. So if you avoid distractions completely, it includes your internet distractions, all this phone, simply keep on using phone just because you're not feeling good. Remove all this from your life. What will happen by all this is your attention, which is actually a product of your vital energy, this will come into complete focus. Then you must have definite short-term goals, which means over the next 2 weeks, I will complete all that is required for this assignment. And I will get up at 3 o'clock in the morning and do it, but I will do it. Itara, you must fix goals. If you leave it to chance or ನೋಡೋಣ ಆದ್ರೆ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಇಲ್ಲಾದ್ರೆ ಪರವಾಗಿಲ್ಲ ಆ ತರ ಇದ್ರೆ you can't achieve. You must apply willpower to the extreme. See, whenever you want to clear exams or crack anything, you must apply willpower to the extreme. This is the time to do it, isn't it? Ee vayasal ನೀವು ಮಾಡದೇ ಇದ್ರೆ tomorrow your will constantly keep bending to everything. Today, if you know that willpower is a tremendous force in me, which brings out my vital energy like nothing, then I will learn to fix my will always. Vivekananda was like that, you know, how he became master of so much learning at such a young age. It is due to this. So when you have your will power like this, your concentration will be enormous. So see, regulated life, sattvic lifestyle, don't eat junk food and all this, because simply derailing energy, nothing else. And avoiding distractions. And third is exercising willpower. One anusankalpa anta irutte. ನೀವು ಕೇಳಿದಿರೋ ಇಲ್ವೋ ನಂಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ. ಅನುಸಂಕಲ್ಪ means every day I will achieve this much. By the time you go to sleep at night, you must have achieved that. Illadre you should not go to sleep. Ee tara, if you train yourself, you will become high achiever in life. Maad nodi. These are ways to bring the essentials into focus in your life, to build your focus. Illadre sumne, see, people who are in the student age itself are over distracted, addicted to all this, sumne media, phone, or achievers agak sadhyane illa. Because you have invested your vitality into 1,000 meaningless things. Don't do this crime against yourself. This is a crime against yourself. As a young person, you should be sparkling with intelligence and glowing with energy. Young person definition means you can achieve anything. That is a young person. So build yourself like that, day by day. These 3 points you remember what I told you. And you will do it.
Thank you.
Ranjan is here. It is already 7:35.
Yes. So can we conclude, Mataji?
Yes, I think it is time.
Yes. So Professor G. Aquinas has given a beautiful comment where Mataji, a great lecture. Thank you. In the world filled with the negative, how can we train ourselves? So this session has showed us. So that's the very feedback he has given. So I also recognize the presence of Professor Manish Singhal. So we had Mataji throughout the session. It was indeed happy to state that about 430 delegates were there. And even now we have 154, about 1.5 hours, and from 5 different countries and about 15 different states and 5 universities of our region: Mangaluru University, Mysore University, Nitte deemed to be university, and Adi Chanchandgiri University and Srinivasa University. And we also had wonderful delegates and participants who are making notes. I can see it in the cameras were on and they were making notes, Mataji. And it was happy to organize such events where dedicated people were there. And we are sorry for not allowing. Many are requesting us and raising the hands for a question and answer. But we'll drop an email ID later on so that you can reach Mataji. Hereby we can conclude the question and answer session and go directly towards a vote of thanks of the session. Now I request Dr. Chandru Hegde, Chairman of Department of Mathematics, and he's also a coordinator of Swami Vivekananda Study Center, Mangalore University. Chandru Hegde, sir.
Thank you, Ranjan. Am I audible?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Thank you. It was a great evening. It's my privilege to have been asked to propose vote of thanks on this occasion of Viveka Vani lecture series. It is 13th in the series. On behalf of Swami Vivekananda Study Center, Mangalore University, and Ramakrishna Mata, Mangalore, first of all, my sincere thanks to Mata Pravrajika Divyanandaprana Mataji. She is for her inspiring and very informative talk on personality development. Your thoughts have been enlightened our minds. It's a really wonderful session. Thank you, Mataji. Also with us, an eminent IPS officer, Srimati Uma Prashant, Superintendent of Police, Anti-Corruption Bureau, Government of Karnataka. Thank you, Madam, for sharing your thoughts and inspiring words. On behalf of Swami Vivekananda Study Center, Mangalore University, and Ramakrishna Math, Mangalore, thank you, Madam. I express my sincere thanks to Ramakrishna Mata, Mangalore, for their constant support to conduct this activity. Special thanks to Swami Ekagamyanandaji for guidance, and Sri Ranjan Bellarpadi and his team for excellent work of organizing a wonderful program. Thank you. I thank the Vice Chancellor of Mangalore University, Professor P. Subramania Paditaya, and the Registrar, Professor Kishore Kumar CK, for their constant support to extend the activities of Swami Vivekananda Study Center. I also thank Professor Shripati Kalluraya, the convener of Swami Vivekananda Study Center, Mangalore University, for his support and encouragement. I thank you all respected participants for actively participating in the session. Thank you very much. Thank you, one and all.
Thank you so much, sir, for your vote of thanks note. So for all the other participants, we have a wonderful books in English called the How to Shape the Personality. It is an 30 articles from eminent thinkers of the ashram, say by Atma Shraddhananji and Swami Vivekananda, Yatishwaranji, Ranganathanji, like such many people. It has come in the magazine Vedanta Kesari. So now it is available in our bookstall. I can share the contact number of our bookstall so that you can order the book. And the other another special book in English.
Ranjan, can I just leave, Ranjan?
Yes, Mataji, sure.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mataji. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
There's a cough, actually.
Yes. Thank you so much, Mataji.
No.
So we also have a book called Personality Development by Swami Vivekananda in English. So for those who are Kannada lovers, there's a book in Kannada called Shaktishali Vyaktitva Nirmana, a powerful book on personality development by Swami Purushottamanandaji. Shaktishali Vyaktitva Nirmana. It is just cost 14 rupees. Beautiful insights. And another wonderful book published by Ramakrishna Math, Mangalore in Kannada. It's called Disha. So where we have a collection of articles about 21 inspiring stories and various situations, 21 situations and 21 inspiring stories to face it. So like such, we have a Disha book also in Kannada. So like these 4 books, which is available in our bookstall, where you can place an order and you can read and you can practice it. And my dear friends, this talk is available on our YouTube, where you can go back to the YouTube channel of Ramakrishna Math, Mangalore. And also this talk got live streamed in the Facebook page of Mangalore University and the Twitter ID of Mangalore University, where you can go to a Mangalore University Facebook page and the Twitter ID of Mangalore University and the Ramakrishna Math, Mangalore's YouTube channel. And after a couple of time, we are taking an exclusive talk of Swami Mataji, and we are editing it and posting separately Mataji's talk. So where you can stay connected with us, and you can also connect our study center's activity through a Facebook page, Swami Vivekananda Study Center, Mangalore University. If you type it in the Facebook, you will get it, Mangalore University, Swami Vivekananda Study Center. So I can understand your emotions and where you were not got an opportunity to ask the question directly to the Mataji. I'm really apologize for it. So we got a time constraint, and for that we share the email ID of Mataji, and at the same time you can subscribe the magazine edited by Mataji, Samvit. It is available in Sharada Mutt, Delhi. If you type Sharada Mutt, Delhi in Google, it will be available. So you can get that book also. So my dear friends, by this way, we let us conclude this session. Let us practice a few thoughts, or as much as possible what Mataji shared, or the IPS officer Uma Prashant shared, and all the other eminent personalities who shared their thoughts in this regard. So thank you so much for being with us. In next month, every month 12th, we are organizing Viveka Vani at 6 to 7:30, nearly 6 to 7. So you can also attend Viveka Vani every month. So it's an inspiring session indeed. So the next month, one more other resource person at another topic on Swami Vivekananda to inspire you all. So thank you so much, and prayers to you all and wishes to you all. Namaste, Jai Ram Krishna. Thank you, and greetings from Mangalore University, Swami Vivekananda Study Center. Namaste. Thank you.